couple of minutes away from our main event. Terrence Ali, John Wesley Meekins. They're going to be fighting for Meekins' NABF Super Lightweight Championship. And what are the NABF rules?
By golly, let's take a look at them. The main difference as you look down this list is simply that there is no standing 8 count, which is in effect here in New Jersey. Other than that, all the rest still the same. Still get the 3 knockdown rule and all the rest as you look down.
We mentioned at the top of the show about how we grew up watching a lot of terrific fighters back in the 50s and the 60s, Fulmer and Dick Tiger and the like. Terrence Ali and John Wesley Meekins have been this generation's.
They are ESPN's poster boys of boxing, the circumspect and powerful John Meekins and the flamboyant Terrence Ali. Ali remembers early wins on ESPN like this one over Ivan Montalvo, one of 25 wins he's had on this network. Tough Victor Davis fared no better. Ali would put him away using flurries of punches. And then he stamped this win with a trademark move. For 25-year-old John, Meekins' power has been the constant. He's 21-1-2 on ESPN, and this win over John Rayfuse set the tone. Against Muhammad Kawaya, he survived his own knockdown as the fight was being stopped to post a victory. And then, in his last outing, Alfredo Rojas went down quickly. Setting the stage for tonight's battle, ESPN's 2 most frequent and successful boxers get it on.
Well, it's time to get the keychain out, Al.
Well, for John Meekins, when I say let the punches flow, don't just look for one-punch knockout. The left hook, a very big weapon for him. Ali, always the jab is important for him. And this may seem like an odd one, encourage exchanges. Yes, Meekins is the big puncher, but really I think Ali wants him in an exchange where many punches are being thrown, because this man will use his hand speed to win that exchange.
Terrence Ali, and that's the champion, John Wesley Meekins. And let's get the introductions now from Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, Top Rank Incorporated and the undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser, presents the featured bout of the evening. This bout is sanctioned by the North American Boxing Federation, represented at ringside by Supervisor Ben Alperstein, with the approval of the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board, Larry Hazard Sr., Commissioner, Chairman Jerry Gormley, board members Gary Shaw and Richard Harrison, Deputy Commissioner Lawrence Wallace and R. Yogi Hiltner. The 3 judges for this bout are Eugene Grant, Tommy Kazmarek, and Paul Harris. Chief physician ringside, Dr. Frank B. Doggett. Attending physicians, Dr. Eric Wormser and Dr. Stanley Eden. The timekeeper is Lindsay Tucker, and counting for the knockdown seconds is Earl Morton. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Trump Castle Casino Resort by the Bay in Atlantic City, New Jersey, let's get ready to rumble! 12 rounds for the NABF Super Lightweight Championship. The referee for this bout is Steve Smoger. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the gold trunks and weighing an even 140 pounds, he's from the Big Apple, New York City, originally from Guyana. His professional record, 44 victories, 18 KOs, 7 defeats and 2 draws. Tonight, he is the challenger, ladies and gentlemen, Terrence Ali. And fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the red trunks with white trim, weighing an even 140 pounds also, and also from the Big Apple, New York City. His professional record, 23 victories, 17 KOs, 2 defeats and 2 draws. Introducing the NABF Super Lightweight Champion, John Wesley Meekins.
All right, you gentlemen were given your instructions at the weigh-in, and we went over the NABF rules with the supervisor in your dressing room. Now touch gloves and obey my commands at all times. Touch them up. Let's go.
For John Wesley Meekins, his 25th fight on ESPN. And for Terrence Ali, his 27th. 52 fights between them.
Let's go.
1 full year of programming these guys have supplied. ESPN and some terrific fights along the way. Look at Terrence Ali.
Now, the interesting thing is, John Meekins, who knows Ali as well as all of us, knows he's going to do that. Very interesting that Meekins just stood there. And in truth, these days when Ali does it, there's their knockout percentage, which indicates Meekins' better punching power overall. These days when Terrence Ali does it, he doesn't really surprise people with it and doesn't throw that many punches when he runs across. It's more of an attention getter, and it's fun.
Well, he got our attention. Just underway. 12 rounds for the NABF Super Lightweight Championship belt that is currently owned by John Wesley Meekins. 53-2-2, 17 knockouts. And the 30-year-old Terrence Ali is 44-7-2.
One thing they do have in common is that this last year they both fought Santos Cardona, who was a good boxer. Both beat him, and Meekins beat him for the NABF title, and in a 12-rounder, which Cardona had him very badly hurt, and Meekins came back to win.
Santos Cardona, of course, is supposed to be one of Julio Cesar Chavez's one of many challenges.
We'd need all night if we had to say the names of all the people he's been supposed to fight in the next 3 months.
Ali in the gold trunks, a double LI. And he seems to be quicker than Meekins in the early going.
Well, he needs to be, because that is his strong suit. And for John Meekins, of course, looking to land something very big. Ali jab, as we said, important. He's trying to use it. It almost seems odd to see these two men in the ring together. Actually, the more I look at it, it's
finally.
Yeah, it's really odd, because we've seen them so many times against other people. And they've theorized from time to time how they might do.
I think it's safe to say on this planet you have seen these two guys in person more than anybody else.
Just about.
Something to put on the bottom of the resume.
Good body work there by Ali. None of these punches dramatic, but you know, he throws so many more than a Meekins that you almost feel like if it goes to a decision, Ali has to have a good shot at that.
Of course, Ali has only 18 knockouts in his 53 fights, 44 wins, 7 losses, 2 ties.
Very good.
The end of round 1.
You see Terrence Ali, a man who, as we've noted, has had so many bouts here on ESPN, and the interesting thing is it really means something to him. We're not doing it just saying it just because it's our network, because we do the boxing. He recognizes that his chance to fight here so often has helped get him to a certain point where he did challenge for a world title, and has faced many big contenders over the course of his career. So for him, it's been a good ride, and much of that attributable to the showcases he's had and the chances he's had to be here on ESPN. And he remembers one fight where he won this ESPN belt against Melvin Paul. It was a big one for him.
It was very important because Melvin Paul was a rated fighter at that time, and I was a young upcoming fighter, and it was very important for me to step into the world ratings.
Round 2.
And I remember that bout as I do so many with Terrence Ali. Melvin Paul, a very good boxer at that point especially. That was when we were having our tournaments with ESPN champions coming out of it. It was fun.
Ali has always been a step below. Well, Ali certainly had the advantage in round 1.
Well, I mean, only 20 punches thrown from John Meekins, and that when I put that key to victory, let the punches flow, that's important because he cannot rely on knowing he's going to knock Ali out. It isn't done very often.
You get your money's worth when you watch Terrence Ali work here.
In fact, the last time he was knocked out was by Harry Arroyo back in '85 when he challenged for the lightweight title, and was doing fairly well in that bout, but the Arroyo power took him out in the 11th.
Ali has always been a notch below the truly world-class fighter. What separated him
Well, just a notch below the champions. And good example is after that he had a big draw with Cornelius Bose-Edwards. It was very tough, but then wins against everybody, but loses in 12 against Jose Luis Ramirez. I think part of it is the fact that he doesn't punch hard enough, probably to win too many knockouts, and gets involved in these very close decisions, and you're going to lose your share of those. Even with Roger Mayweather the last time out, he felt that he might have pulled it out. I didn't think so, but he lost in 10 to Mayweather.
What's your scouting report on John Meekins, Al?
This bout going tactically very much the way Terrence Ali would like it. I mean, he's able to stay on the outside against Meekins, use his jab, has kept Meekins pretty much unable to attack, really.
Stiff jabs, falling short of the target.
Meekins works best against the guy who is right in front of him, who he can nail with something big. When he gets this much movement and a good jab and faces a fighter with good hand speed, he has problems. And has had increasing problems as his career has gone on with that.
So 2 rounds down. It's a 12-round NABF Super Lightweight Championship fight. And we'll be back in just a minute.
50 reasons why Chevy trucks outsell Ford in Texas. Reason number 1, all Chevy trucks have 3-year, 50,000-mile warranties. Ford's basic warranty is 1 year or 12,000 miles. 50 reasons why Chevy trucks outsell Ford in Texas. Reason number 40, Chevy's S10.
Ali, this is round 3 from the Trump Castle in Atlantic City.
And a very revealing statistic from Punch Profile. Of the 46 punches thrown by Meekins, 41 were jabs. There you see the total punches, and you can see what a big difference there is for Ali in terms of throwing and landing. John Meekins does need to establish the jab, but he needs to throw something else beyond it. He is not the kind of boxer who's going to win only with the jab.
It seems as if Ali is throwing 4 or 5 punches for every one that Meekins has been tossing.
And of course, that is business as usual for Terrence Ali, but in this case, the number is so much more that it's going to be very tough for Meekins to overcome that unless he can hurt Ali.
So how do you score it through 2?
Both rounds for Terrence Ali, I would say dramatically so.
Good stiff jab by Meekins, but he's just throwing one at a time.
Something has to change in this match for Meekins to be in it. Now, that's one of the ways he'd like to change it, by landing something really big.
Well, it certainly got Ali's attention. Didn't hurt him, but it certainly woke him up.
And now at least he's throwing the left hook and throwing the overhand right. And I'll be curious, we're going to be having Meldrick Taylor join us in a little bit. Now, he, of course, boxed Meekins, and I'll be curious to find out from him as he comes in also just how strong that Meekins left hook is. We've seen it knock people out, but what it has on it, and does he think it could knock out Terrence Ali?
Ali continues to be the busier of the two.
And a lot is missing now for Ali, but still he's so much busier than Meekins. Counter punching by Ali.
Ali has only been knocked out once in his career. Back in 1985, Harry Arroyo here in Atlantic City.
Yeah, that was that bout where he was challenging for the lightweight crown. And Harry Arroyo at that time, of course, a very, very skilled fighter who had lots of power. There you see Ali with the good counterpunching, which of course is exactly what he wants to do, an uppercut, something that Meldrick Taylor managed to hit John Meekins with a couple of times when they fought. Meekins has shown more aggression here in round 3. and some of those shots have gotten through, but clearly still he's not landing at the rate he would like.
And that's the end of round 3. And that is the WBA welterweight champion of the world, Meldrick Taylor. Congratulations on a terrific show last night, that unanimous decision over Aaron Davis. I had mentioned to Al during our ringside report that perhaps the ghosts of Julio Cesar Chavez have been buried once and for all. Have they been in your own mind, especially after the performance last night?
I think it showed the last fight. I needed this second fight to really find out myself where I was in my career, and I felt confidence going into that fight, and I felt as though, you know, the phantoms for the Chavez fight wouldn't haunt me in this fight, especially in the last round.
You found a very nice in-between, Meldrick, of boxing and punching, and the body work was just superb.
Right. I felt as though going into this fight that I would have to wear him down. He was a much bigger guy, so I would have to slow him down because he was a natural welterweight and just stepping up. So I had to slow him down and eventually wear him down during the later rounds and hopefully look for a knockout, but I got the decision.
You did that, to be sure, in an excellent performance.
So you should have a mighty big 1991 coming up.
Yes, I have a big agenda that I have to fulfill, and I'm looking forward to fighting a lot more this year.
We have Garcia as a mandatory, and then after that, I would imagine you would probably want to do battle with Mr. Camacho again.
Chavez, you mean?
I'm sorry, Chavez.
Well, before the fight in July, the mandatory fight, I would like to fight a few tune-ups, like maybe 2, 3, 4 tune-ups. I want to be real busy this year and go after the Chavez sometime in the summertime.
You know, you boxed John Meekins and beat him when he challenged you for your title. Ali's doing a very effective job of boxing him. Can Meekins hurt him, do you think? He's a strong puncher, isn't he, Meldrick? Did he show you that in your bout?
Meekins is a very strong fighter. I can't understand why he's not getting off much combination as he is. But Ali's really consistent with his jabbing and persistent. I just think that Meekins should try to close the gap and get in some of the power shots because he's very strong.
He's trying to get the left hook, and he tried in the last round, but he's really not in a position to throw that punch.
He's waiting too much. He's letting Ali be the initiative, and he's not taking advantage of taking the counter punch and maybe slowing him down. He's just letting Ali lead every punch.
Ali continues to outbox Meekins here in round 4. Meldrick, you moved up the category into welterweight and fighting Davis last night. Did you feel the difference in the punch from a real welterweight coming up in weight as you did?
Honestly, I felt the difference, but I was in great shape. I felt stronger myself. I felt it enhanced my power for myself. It didn't decrease my speed. And I sort of like in that fight demobilized his strength basically because I was utilizing my speed also, which is a good answer for me. And yeah, I felt a difference in the power.
And look at Terrence Ali.
There's the hand speed that Meldrick talked about, and he knows because he has it. And when Ali does this, even when he doesn't land, he makes it impossible to launch an attack really, or to be able to fight back. I've seen this in so many of his bouts. And accuracy with the jab, tremendous.
Terrence Ali doing the Ali shuffle there momentarily, looking very confident. I want to thank Meldrick Taylor, the new WBA welterweight champion, for stopping over, and congratulations to him after his decision over Aaron Davis last night here in Atlantic City. And we will be back for round 5. Terrence Ali, John Wesley Meekins at Trump Castle in just a minute.
The accuracy of Terrence Ali's jab, was it there in the last round? I guess. Maybe 4 out of 5 landing there, and even the 5th that might have landed marginally. So he really took control with that punch in the last round.
He's really taking control of the fight, period.
And you know, this to me is a fascinating statistic. Meekins has only thrown 29 power shots. I mean, these 29 punches that weren't jabs in this whole bout. Look at the last round. Oh, man. 10% for Meekins. When you only throw 30, that's going to happen. Terrence Ali.
Only 3. And as we pointed out, Ali's only been knocked out once in his career.
And I'll tell you, this is a bout where you look at the numbers of this, and this is a classic example of where the punch profile really tells us something about the match, because when you look at the you know Meekins isn't punching much, but when you look at the actual numbers and look at the actual number landed, it really gives you a very graphic idea of just how poorly he is doing in this bout.
Terrence Ali is pretty much doing it by the book, and the keys to victory that you pointed out early on in the evening really coming true about 4.5 rounds into this thing.
And you know, I don't like to make real dramatic statements like this, but as a career bout, this has tremendous significance to both these men. If they hope to get, if either one hopes to get a world title shot again, a win here is absolutely mandatory. I mean, nothing's forever, and guys come back from lots of things in all sports, but right now, really a key matchup, because Meekins got the big win against Cardona, got him back in the picture. Ali coming back after a pretty long layoff fight in July when he lost to Roger Mayweather. But Ali said to us today, didn't he, Charlie? He said, I never thought about retiring. A couple matches fell out. He said, I never thought about it. And he is a workman. He's a guy who's always in shape, comes to really do his best.
Which is really why he has been able to sustain his career consistently for nearly 9 years here on ESPN. He has been on this network more than any other fighter, and he's always putting on a good show. And his immediate plans outside of the ring, he lives in an apartment with 3 kids and his lady, and he just wants to buy a house. That's what he wants to do. Just wants to buy a house and get out of his apartment.
And this will help him if he could win here, set up another match for a little more money. It would help him toward that. Meekins landed a real strong jab a moment ago. See, Meekins is not coming in with anything after that jab.
It's just one at a time. He has not doubled up a shot all night.
There's what he needs to do. There's Meekins throwing the kind of punches he needs to. But now there's a strong jab by Meekins. See, that is, when he uses that, he's going to follow up with something after it, though.
We're going to keep it here and go to John Meekins' corner.
Huh? Now you're fighting like my champion. Okay? Can you keep doing that for me?
Yes, sir.
Then I won it. We work hard, baby. We work hard. This is us here. Come on, baby.
Okay.
As soon as you start stepping on him, putting the punches together, man, he go into his shell.
Huh?
He goes right into his shell.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir?
Yes.
Come on, baby. You don't want to fight you. Yeah, but there's too many going by.
Well, Meekins says yes, but I don't know to what. There's a good strong jab by Meekins with the punch really having an effect.
5 rounds ahead.
Frank Gibson really giving Meekins a lecture in the corner.
Well, he's giving him kind of a pep talk, but didn't hear too much technical advice in that corner. We see the jabs. Look at that. I mean, Meekins, and you know, Meekins has thrown more jabs, or Ali has thrown more jabs than Meekins has punches. That's what Meekins,
solid right by Meekins.
That's what he needs to do. Let those power punches go. But see, there's his problem when he gets in exchanges. Really, Ali has the better hand speed. And so for Meekins, it's really a tough spot. You want to get in those exchanges, but you better land something to hurt Ali, or Terrence Ali will pick you apart. It's become a very entertaining match. Sure has. What a left hook to the body by Meekins. That might have been his best punch of the match.
This is his best minute of the match.
And his worst at the same time. His best because he's landing a lot, and his worst because he's taking shots. And he's digging downstairs.
Good solid body shot. He tries to go upstairs, and Ali's not there.
This is the punching distance Meekins would like. Terrence laying in there with him, I think because he thinks maybe he'll get him into an exchange and be able to land some big things. Or he might have been hurt by one of those shots.
Another body shot.
Here's where I think Ali might want to get some distance and start pecking away with that jab again. And he does. Look at that. What a smart boxer Terrence Ali is. He's back inside, though, and Meekins throwing some wicked body shots, and Meldrick Taylor acknowledged that Meekins made him feel some of those shots, even in beating Meekins. Meekins having his best round, even though it's still a close one.
Most impressive round of the fight.
Well, whether Ali is just letting him do it or Meekins has made it happen tactically, it has become a much better bout for John Meekins right in this round. And I'm surprised Ali isn't getting back and using his jab and moving a little bit more. He's just in there absorbing this punishment.
Well, how about that? Came out of the shell in a hurry, didn't he?
See, but he needs just a little more punching room to do that.
Seconds to go in round 6. We are halfway home of a thoroughly entertaining fight. The NABF Super Lightweight Championship. John Wesley Meekins and Terrence Ali, and we'll go to Ali's corner and have a listen.
That's about staying in there. That's
you gotta go stay in there with that. You ain't caught.
You ain't got no business in there with that. Let's see.
Pick that up. Pick that up. You ain't got no deal to be with him in the clinch. Keep boxing, you're gonna fuck up the fight. Keep boxing like you're doing.
Keep boxing, you're gonna win the fight.
Keep walking, and you don't need to box it so hard. Walk.
No surprise with that advice in the corner.
Understand?
You gotta keep walking with this guy. Don't stay there.
Keep walking, keep boxing, and you'll win this bout. What he let John Meekins do, though, was get inside where he could land some good shots. Good right hand to the jaw of Ali. And also in that round, many body shots landed by John Meekins. One of the side stories in this bout is that Jimmy Glenn, one of the people in the corner with Terrence Ali, used to be the trainer-manager of John Meekins and is no longer. They know each other very well. See, from outside,
Meekins gets nailed.
From outside, it's the Ali show. Inside, it's Meekins.
Meekins is stunned. Now, does Ali have the power to put him away?
And there's some tape from the left glove of Meekins, and it will work to his benefit because Steve Smoger will have to stop the action to get it repaired.
We are at the Trump Castle in Atlantic City, New Jersey, halfway through the NABF Super Lightweight Championship. John Wesley Meekins, at this point, in danger of losing the title as he is now having that glove repaired, and we're back and ready to go for the middle of the 7th round.
And during that initial sequence before the action was stopped, 13 of 16 jabs landed by Terrence Ali. So tremendous accuracy. And they're looking. I mean, most of those are landed. And there's the movement. Following the instructions his cornermen gave him, Ralph Correa and Jimmy Glenn.
Ali continues to be the aggressor. Only in round 6 did you get the sense that Meekins was under control here.
And that's the only round he won. Now there's the good body work by Meekins. Technically, offensively, there's never been anything wrong with John Meekins, what he does. But from a defensive standpoint, and as far as all that offense being neutralized, all through his career, when people have been very busy with him, he just stops. He just, in the show movement, he can't find a way to counteract that.
Snuck in the right hand. There's a bit of swelling over the left eye of Terrence Ali, but not serious.
Meldrick Taylor made a very good point. John Meekins is not initiating the punches. He is letting Ali dictate the action at almost every turn. And that has been his big problem here. One of them anyway. Now there you saw a counter right over the jab of Ali, but Ali hasn't given him a chance to do that, Charlie, because his jab has been so quick and he's always doubling up with it.
As he did there. And attempted to do there.
And I'll tell you when this bout is definitely Ali's. When he has Meekins going backwards, that's not Meekins' game. then you know Ali's in control. When he can jab, 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 and make Meekins go back. This has been an excellent, excellent round for Terrence Alli, and coming off the 6th, he really established control.
Yeah. Oh, and that shook up Meekins a little bit. Left hand snuck in there. And 7 rounds down. 5 rounds to go. And Terrence Alli is thoroughly enjoying himself tonight.
Boxing quiz. When does a lead right work the best? After you've thrown a million jabs and landed them. There's Ali throwing the lead right and landing it, and that's because in that round he landed 33 of 51 jabs in round 7, which made lead rights like that possible.
Well, when you land 2 out of every 3 jabs, you're going to control the fight. Here's Meekins responding with a right hand of his own. But Ali gets out of trouble.
We had a moment's delay before the round started. They were rewrapping that wrist of John Meekins, the tape. Boy, look at Ali using his left hand like a surgeon. Unbelievable.
Terrific boxing performance by Terrence Alli in his 27th appearance on ESPN. And look at that.
Well, not bad. In the last 2 weeks now, we have seen a couple of junior welterweights use the jab as well as you can use it. Charles Murray last week, and now Terrence Alli this week. This division, I love the junior welterweight division. There's so many talented boxers in this division. And here's the old warhorse. He's only 30. Terrence Alli, he gets written off about every 2 months. And you look at him, here he is again, performing extremely well. And what's good for him is the style of Meekins is always going to make him look good. I mean, Meekins could end up knocking him out, could still do it because he's got power, but while he's in there, before he'd get knocked out, Ali would look good because of the way Meekins boxes.
And we're at the point in the fight where Meekins is going to need a knockout to win it.
I would think so. We're getting very close to that. Unless he would get a couple of rounds where he knocked Ali down and got some 2-point rounds.
But remember, Terrence Alli has only been knocked out once in his career. And that was nearly 6 years ago.
And during the course of that career, he's been in with some good punchers. Not most notably Roger Mayweather his last time out, and everybody knows Roger's got some thunder in that right hand. And right now, Terrence Alli boxing extremely well and doing exactly what he needs to do to get a victory here. For John Meekins, except for the 6th round when he did solve the puzzle, he's been unable to do anything to Ali of note.
Oh, and a good, solid right hand.
And now we're at the point in this bout where counter-punches from Ali could take their toll, and a knockout's not out of the question. He stunned Meekins in this bout. Oh, he's there for the right. He's jabbing, and that right hand is right there for Ali, and he'll throw it, trust me.
The jab gets in again. As we come to the end of round 7. Tennis anyone tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock Eastern Time. The 2nd week of the Australian Open. 6 days of non-stop action.
Now here is a right hand that actually lands on the neck of Meekins. And I'll tell you what, you can go back in boxing history, and I'll give you a hint.
Dwayne
Bobick, you knew what I was going to say. Kenny Norton hitting him on the, here's Ali with some good jabs, using that left hand very, very well. Kenny Norton hit Dwayne Bobick on the throat in the 1st round of their bout and knocked him out.
And you the boys. Okay, mouthpiece out. Let's go.
So Mr. Meekins has a lot of work to do. I mean, at this point, it's looking like he's going to need a knockout to beat Terrence Alli, who has just put on a brilliant boxing performance tonight.
I have a huge edge for Terrence Alli. He's won every round except one. That was the 6th. And done so in convincing fashion. Now there's the lead right again. There it is again, and he stunned Meekins with it. It's set up with all those jabs. Ali knows that this bout could end by a KO. He can get John Meekins. I'm not saying he's definitely going to, but he's hurting him, and he's got the openings that he needs.
It will be a battle of attrition because he keeps going. A good solid left hand that stuns Meekins. Meekins is in deep trouble here in round 9, and there's plenty of time to go yet. The jab gets in again. Missed with the left hook.
Does this look like a guy who is boxing after a layoff since July? Terrence Alli. I mean, he's sharp. Real sharp.
30 years old. He's no kid anymore.
No, he is real sharp. You know, one of the things, though, in all those bouts, he really hasn't taken a lot of beatings. I mean, he's won most of the time, and he did get knocked out by Arroyo, but in general, he has not been in bouts where he has taken punishment. Even the Mayweather fight, Roger certainly won, I think, and got in his shots, but it wasn't a situation where he totally dominated or hurt Ali a lot.
Halfway through round 9.
You know, if Terrence Alli had been blessed with just a little bit more power, too, I mean, you know, of course, there's always an if factor, but he would have transcended that level that you talked about, and then some. He could have been even a bigger superstar. Meekins has got to find a way here to jab his way in and then throw the power shots. So there's the left hook, but he was not in a great position to throw it. Just one jab at a time from Meekins. He needs to jab, jab, step in, and then he's in position to throw the left hook or the right. It's showtime for Ali.
Terrence Alli. Meekins continues to plod along, looking to load up the right hand, but getting anywhere with it.
And unfortunately, plot is the operative word. He just has not been able to cut the ring on Ali and move in quick enough.
Missed with the left hook.
Now there, see right there is where he needed to take a step in and be able to throw shots, and Meekins couldn't do it.
Well, we're 3/4 of the way home. Back for round 10. Ali and Meekins in a minute.
Jabs, baby.
Well, remember those keys to victory at the beginning? Well, for Meekins, he has not let his punches flow. He has not landed the left hook. Ali, he has established a jab, and when he's gotten into exchanges, he has done well. But primarily, it's been the jab that has gotten the job done for Terrence Alli.
He said let the punches flow.
Meekins trying to get the left hook in, missing badly, and there's where Ali's movement has an impact. Look, missing the 2 jabs too. So it's a case where Ali has just not allowed Meekins to hit him.
Oh, and a good solid right hand by Meekins to begin round 10. Ali. And the uppercut fails to connect.
I think Meekins gave Ali the idea to go back to his uppercut because Ali was using it well earlier in the bout.
Meekins started the round with a flourish, and back to more of the same for John Meekins, although he goes to the body there. The left hand got in under the chin.
Meekins is very frustrated right now. Excellent right again by Ali. Ali's got the range now for that right. Yes, I knew he would land.
Meekins is in trouble.
He's got the range for that right hand. Meekins is standing very straight up and keeping his left hand low, and that combination will only mean more rights landed by Terrence Alli.
But again, the question is the power of Terrence Alli. Seems he's had any number of opportunities to have Meekins shaken, but he hasn't been able to knock him down. And Ali loses his mouthpiece.
And that was just, I think that was just by accident. I don't know if he was hit with a punch. I think it just kind of slipped out of his mouth. I like this rule now, giving the mouthpiece back to boxers. It's in most states. Much better.
I'm not sure the dentists do, but other fighters do.
Oh yeah, great to get their protection back. Why make a boxer, box the rest of the round without it?
Well, Meekins started the round with a flourish, and back to more of the same for John Meekins, although he goes to the body there. The left hand got in under the chin. Meekins is very frustrated right now.
combinations by Ali, and Ali just going back to what worked for him. He's not running, he's boxing. And now Ali is in a position where he could do this easily over the next 2 rounds and win this bout as long as he can stay on his feet.
So barring some real bizarre scoring over the final 3 rounds, it looks as if Terrence Ali is going to win this NABF super lightweight title.
Unless John Meekins gets there with something really strong. Right now it doesn't look like he's doing that.
Well, Meekins is going back to his corner and he's going to get another lecture.
Baby. In the name of Jesus. Call his name, John! In the name of Jesus. Champion, you're rocking this guy, man, then you let him off the hook. Like I told you, you gotta keep that jab going on him, 2 and 3. You get close, throw it under, throw it over. And keep your punches going. Okay. Come on, baby. You gotta take him. Do it.
Well, good advice to John Meekins.
Yes.
But this is what he can't get through to do that. He's letting Ali get off first with the jab, and there's a beauty that landed. They want him to jab. And this jab will set up a freight train right hand that lands. There it is. Keeps Meekins looking for the left. And, you know, the advice given to him in the corner, double the jab, get in and throw underneath. Excellent advice, and it's just what Meekins, I'm sure what his game plan was. He hasn't been able to execute it, though.
Well, again, as he did in round 10, he opens with a quick flurry. And we'll see if round 11 follows suit.
And now he is winging. It's going to be very difficult to land those shots like that, but he might, Meekins. And he wants Ali against those ropes like he has him. This is a desperate John Meekins. He still, though, rather than throwing those shots that way, Charlie, should be jabbing his way in and then throwing those power shots. See, he had the right idea of throwing the jab early, but he just only threw that, and he threw it as one punch. Well, you have got to admire what Terrence Ali is doing here. This 30-year-old, with over 50 professional fights, is showing you what it's all about. He's showing that he has plenty left, and that the idea of not contemplating retirement was the right decision for him.
It's been a terrific performance for Terrence Ali as we are now closing in on the halfway mark of round 11. Somehow I think we've heard that chant before.
We have indeed. Couple of hooks in there by Ali. The hand speed just too much for Meekins. Those punches had something on them. And Ali becomes flat-footed knowing it. I don't think he could have fought a better tactical match, Terrence Ali, than what he has done. Plenty of movement by Ali, but he's moving in always, looking for some offense, not just trying to move to stay out of harm's way.
You know, we hear that expression all too often these days, out of harm's way, and we here at ESPN really want everybody to put sports in its proper place. You know, our thoughts and prayers certainly go out to the servicemen and women who are stationed in the Persian Gulf and their families, and you know, we hesitate to use the phrase they're having a war or throwing bombs here because clearly there are much more important things that are going on in this world than what we're being entertained by tonight. We just want to remind you where this is all coming from.
Well, life goes on, and it's going on for Terrence Ali, who is making the most of this opportunity this evening, so far anyway. Meekins stalking and just not getting anything done.
As we come to the end of round 11, it will be interesting to hear what the corner of Terrence Ali tells him about what to do in the final round.
Don't run and fight away from him.
This is the last one.
Have you ready? Slipping?
Flip punch it, but don't stay up high. Lower you up behind.
Change your height.
Last one,
Terrence, we touch him. Last one.
Change your height. Be alive. Be strong. Change your, don't need to be in the clinch with him. There's little room where you can punch.
Deep breathe, Terrence.
This is the last round. Last round, we got the championship.
You understand?
We got the championship, man.
Pay attention, baby. Let's go out and do it. You understand? Deep breath. Come on.
Got to do it. What I told him, don't stop. Be close. Close the gap. Get close and work.
What's the last chance saloon? John Wesley Meekins and Terrence Alli. He keeps his distance, should win this fight.
Well, I said it was an important fight for both boxers, a risk for both of them. Meekins had that NABF crown, which is the kind of thing you barter. You know, you barter it against somebody, and then you get a shot against a world champion. And Terrence Alli, if he stays upright in these last 3 minutes, will have that. And when you have that after your name, it helps you get bigger matches. Well, the jab by Ali has been so effective. Those are excellent numbers, both in terms of the numbers thrown and also in the numbers landed. And Ali in Meekins' office here. This is where Meekins really wants him.
And he got a pretty good uppercut in there, Ali did.
But it's Ali, as you said, landing some good shots. I give Ali credit, too, for throwing so many punches overall in this bout, moving and keeping up the pace through the whole match.
Can't help but wonder if Meekins has enough left to knock out Terrence Alli.
Or the other way around, maybe, huh? It's Ali landing big shots on the inside. And an uppercut by Ali.
And another.
But I'll tell you what, this is very dangerous for Ali. I mean, still. Meekins could still land something, and if I was Terrence Alli, I wouldn't want to be here. I would want to be in the center of that ring with Meekins on the end of my jab.
I can't help but think about...
Oh, you see? Big shot by Meekins. Ali counter-punching well, but let me tell you, Charlie, that right hand was a good one. John Meekins could hurt him right here. That's...
I was just going to say, we had, of course, Elder Taylor over here a little bit earlier, and I couldn't help but think, man, look at this guy.
An unbelievable tactical move by Ali. He's getting hurt by those shots by Meekins. Is it a replay of the Chavez-Taylor fight? Man, oh man. Maybe Ali was tired and couldn't move in this round. It's a time game now.
A half a minute to go in the fight.
Meekins will have to put him down to win this bout, though, and keep him down. What a finish. Ali is very tired. What do you think Melder Taylor's thinking watching this? He's having flashbacks. You can't be saved by the bell in any round. Remember that. A headlock by Ali. Good hold. What a round.
Terrence Alli hangs on. And boy, did he take a pasting in the last minute of the fight.
A very, very interesting tactical move by Ali. And at the beginning, it was because he wanted it that way. I think he thought when he nailed Meekins with some good counterpunches, which he did, remember, early in that round, off the ropes, he said to himself, I can do this, and I might even be able to knock this guy out, thus enhancing my marketability. And believe me, that's in Terrence Ali's mind. However, as we look at the overall punches thrown and landed, excellent for Ali. He got caught in a trap because then he was hurt on the ropes and then he couldn't get off. So it was a very fascinating 12th round.
Ali landed 2 out of every 3 punches thrown tonight. And now I think we're about ready for the decision. And here's Michael Buffer with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Trump Castle, we go to the scorecards. Here's the official scoring. Eugene Grant scores about 117 to 111. Paul Harris has it 117 to 111. Tommy Kazmarek also 117 to 111 for the winner by unanimous decision and new champion Terrence Alli.
Superb performance by that man.
Well, we saw the fight about the same way the judges did. Terrence Alli, unanimous decision. Al Bernstein's making his way to the ring for a chat with Ali, and he'll have it when we come back. Now you see why Terrence Alli has been such a popular fighter for so many years here on ESPN. A unanimous decision, and here's Al Bernstein with the winner and new champion.
New NABF champion. It might not be the title you want, Terrence, but you proved to people you got a lot left. That was a superb performance.
First, I'd like to say a special request to all the Americans and this force in the Midwest and Mideast. God bless America. Terrence Alli is 30 years now. I've been fighting for as long as people could see, and a lot of promoters probably putting me down, but let them bring on. I want a national championship, and it seems the only way for me to win a championship is on ESPN. I'm unbeaten on ESPN. I'll stay unbeaten on ESPN.
You are for sure. In that last round, was your plan at all to counterpunch off the ropes, or did he just catch you there?
No, it was not my plan. I have a good corner man, to Ralphie and Jimmy. They tell me to jab and stay away. I know I was winning convincingly.
Yes.
But Meekins, he's been around a couple of times, and I know he come out desperate, and he caught me into the exchange. And in my recent fights, I was a little wild, but this fight I decided to just hang in.
All right. Congratulations. Excellent win, Terrence.
Thank you very much.
All right. Terrence Alli, plenty left in that 30-year-old body, that's for sure. He wins the NABF crown and does it convincingly. Let's go downstairs to Charlie Steiner.
All right, Al, 117-111, 117-111, 117-111. Unanimous decision for Terrence Alli, who is now 26-0-1, lifetime on ESPN. That's going to do it from Atlantic City. So long, everyone. ESPN's Top Rank Boxing has been brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers. For that clean, crisp, cold taste, nothing beats a Bud. And by HBO, simply the best. Join us next Sunday night, 9:30 Eastern Time, right after the Super Bowl, for a night of the heavyweights on ESPN.